Yes, it's the return back to the news cycle. So make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So I wanted to talk about what we should actually be seeing this month in the news cycle, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a taste as to what is kind of going on right now in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! First of all, we need to talk about the deck build pack. Now, many of you might not know this, but this deck build pack is actually dropping in about 4 weeks in the OCG. We don't actually have any real crazy info on it, other than the fact we've already received the very first theme last month, which was the, Tefnu archetype or whatever. It was the normal monster ritual stuff that Konami was trying to make seem really, really cool. And honestly, it kind of was. I definitely got to give them some props for that. But Glorious Victors drops on September 5th, which means the way that this should be working is starting on the week of the 12th, 19th, and 26th will be dedicated card of the days to this set, or very, very close to those days, where typically every Wednesday we'll see the missing card kind of plug into this. And I do expect to see some very, very interesting stuff kind of coming on along with the particular release of this. So we should be getting, over the next very couple of days, we should be seeing some info based on that. So prepare for random strange buyouts 101 that tends to happen with these deck build announcements, and the community shitting their pants on the floor as these new themes are either going to make or break the situation. So you have your layout on card of the days, and at least for the month here, and this should give you a little bit of a picture as to what's going on. Now, the next thing on the topic of conversation after the deck build pack Glorious Victors is the original artwork collection. Now, Konami's been trickling out things for the original artwork collection very, very slowly. The original artwork collection is basically, we're dumping manga rares in here, we're dumping in some extremely cool things. And this is also where we're getting the Dark Paladin Wave Motion, which in terms of its design, I think is one of my favorite cards in the game. Like, the card just screams so much originality for its design space. Konami actually has been kind of tinkering around with the idea. Now, keep in mind, this weekend we're getting the utility selection drop. So both of these sets are kind of unique in the way that they function. Utility selection was kind of like a celebration set for like 30 years of the game, where Konami was going, all right, well, here's some remakes of some older cards. Here's a newer card, kind of tie it in on the 30th celebration a little bit. Meanwhile, the original artwork collection is a set that also celebrates 30 years of the game, but it dives into more of the artwork stuff and pushes more of that manga style of stuff, which actually is fine. Now, we do know there will be way more coming for the original artwork collection. This set does not drop until the late end of September, which puts us September 26th for release. They've been doing the thing where it's like a week beforehand we know everything in the set. So I would say for original art collection, we will probably get at least one piece of news dedicated to that. So we have confirmation on at least, we already got the V-Jump, 2 of the deck build pack, and then we should get 1 to 2 possible segments dedicated to the original artwork collection. Now, at the very end of the cycle should be Immortal Phoenix. Now, Immortal Phoenix is the most interesting set in the block here. Now, the reason I say that is because when you look at Immortal Phoenix, the hype built around this set, you don't just straight come out and go, here come the mighty Egyptian gods or the mighty winged dragon of Ra getting a retrain. You don't do that. Also, looking back at the original artwork collection, we don't know if the Egyptian gods are in there. Truthfully, I don't think Konami's going to put the Egyptian god manga rares in a set like that. I think they're going to save them for the later half of this celebration. Just because, something about playable god cards, I don't really think is something that Konami wants to push in a product that's already got Dark Magician and Blue Eyes in it, and they realize that they could make some money with it. Oh, sorry, was I just telling it how it seems like it is. Yeah, that's the reality situation. So if you're thinking, you know, are we going to get manga gods on top of getting Winged Dragon or Raw support all at the same time? It is very, very unlikely that Konami wants to dump that all on top of us simultaneously. They could. I'm not gonna, there's like a 1% chance of it actually happening. Now, will we get 2 news segments dedicated to Immortal Phoenix this month? Because remember, when they did the last set, we got Heroes and the core theme literally on top of each other. I don't think that's going to happen, because you've got 2 dedicated to the deck build pack, 1 to 2 dedicated for the original artwork collection, and then that leaves 1 for Immortal Phoenix plus the standard V-Jump. That's 5 segments. That's more news than I think we're really used to seeing. There might be a give or take extra segment in here. You know, we could get like a manga announcement or something like that. We will not see news on Revolution Booster this month. We will not see anything on the Chronicles deck, Magistus, which is due December 5th, because those are just very, very far away. We might see an announcement later on in the month for another specialty style of product, like maybe Terminal World 2 or a luxury style product. Should be getting info on a luxury style product that should be coming out around Christmas time in Japan, because they've been very adamant about trying to do specialty products like that. But that goes beyond the scope of what I wanted to cover in this video. I wanted to use this video to give everybody the standard, hey, you know, what you're going to be seeing this month is going to be, you know, actually this weekend, you're going to be seeing how utility selection is going to hit the floor running as well. I actually forgot the utility selection has good cards in it. You got the new Called by the Grave. You have, I really want to say the Gores. I think the Gores is a cool card. Obviously, you know, the new Trishula is cool, but I think the Dominus card and the Called by the Grave, those 2 cards are by far the selling points of that set. You know, it was a set that was designed to very much take the modern power creep and upgrade it, and Konami marketed it to you in a side set. You know, there's only what, like 8 new cards in that set, and that also, you know, I guess it begs the question, you know, where's the TCG gonna port in utility selection? See you guys in mid 2027, because the reality of the situation is, like, you're not gonna see those cards and as selling points until super late next, or super early to super, like, maybe April, May, June. April is probably normal, unless they're going to tuck it into some sort of specialty set, a maze of the utility, or the utility of the maze. Could it be a maze style set? We've been following that pattern for too long, but that's much further down the line. I don't have any crystal ball to tell you what's going to be coming here. The only thing I can tell you is Winged Dragon of Raw seems very predominantly upfront and honest with you. There's nothing else to really sculpt out for this. The only thing that you're going to be able to do is have the dates and the times. Check 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night for the next couple of nights, to be up to date with the best news that you'll be able to provide yourself with. Outside of that, I'm personally looking forward to just seeing what they're going to do with the original artwork collection. I think the original artwork collection is the coolest thing that Konami has done, because taking all of the classic cards and being able to give them, like, new life, being able to dust off, like, for example, you know, the Dark Paladin, and bringing it back to life is one of the coolest things that Konami could have actually done. I absolutely love that. I'm also excited, honestly, I think, for the Immortal Phoenix. I'm excited for the fact that Konami's going to try some particularly crazy crap with that. They've been really killing it with the new block, and the fact that they're taking all of these decks and they're trying so hard just to bring new life into them. I can't help but be excited for it. I really cannot. But this deck build pack, though, also has my interest. I'm curious to know how Konami's going to try to break the game again, because it seems to be the hint we've been getting with these deck build packs. But leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys are most excited about out of the block. And you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and don't let the news bugs bite. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.